Hey everyone, ready for some crypto chaos?
Always.
Today we're diving deep into the world of meme coins, influencer drama, and a whole lot accusations.
Yeah, it's a wild world out there, and the story of the hockey coin really shows just how quickly things can change in this market.
Okay, so let's rewind back to December 4th, 2024.
All right.
Haley Welch, the Hawk Tuah Girl.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of took the internet by storm a while back.
Yeah.
She launched her very own cryptocurrency. Hawk
Oh.
2K, there was hype, there was excitement, and then
Oh, no.
things went very south,
Uh-oh.
very fast.
So what happened?
Well, that's what we're here to figure out. The coin's value plummeted almost immediately,
Ooh,
leaving a lot of investors scratching their heads wondering what went wrong.
right.
So today we're unpacking accusations of a rug pull, possible insider trading, and the investigation by Coffeezilla.
Coffeezilla.
You know that internet sleuth who loves exposing shady crypto dealings?
He's good at it.
He is good at it.
So,
Okay, so first things first, can you explain what a rug pull is? I know it's bad, but I
yeah.
need like a little crypto 101 here.
Okay, so imagine you're at a party, you're standing on a rug, feeling pretty good about yourself.
Right, yeah.
And suddenly someone yanks that rug right out from under you,
Like,
and you're left sprawled on the floor wondering what just happened.
ouch, yeah, that's a pretty vivid image.
Right. Well, in the crypto world, a rug pull is basically the same thing.
Oh, okay.
The creators of a cryptocurrency, they artificially inflate the price,
Okay.
get everyone all excited to buy in,
Right.
and then they sell off all their holdings,
Oh,
causing the price to crash. And just like at that party, the people left standing on that now worthless rug are the ones who get hurt.
ouch. So in this case, people are saying Haley and her team pulled the rug on HK investors.
That's the accusation.
Wow.
And the person who really brought this to light is Coffeezilla.
Yeah.
He's a YouTuber known for exposing scams and shady practices, and his investigation into the HK coin launch is what really set off the alarm bells.
Yeah. Coffeezilla doesn't mess around.
Nope.
So what exactly did he find? Break it down for me.
Well, he dug deep into what's called on-chain data,
Okay.
which is essentially a public record of every transaction on the blockchain. Think of it like a detective examining financial records to track a suspect's movements.
Ah, okay.
Coffeezilla was able to follow the money, so to speak,
Right.
and he found some pretty suspicious activity.
Like what?
He found evidence of these snipers making massive profits during a Hawk coin launch.
Snipers.
Yeah, these are highly skilled traders who use bots to buy and sell cryptocurrency at lightning speed, exploiting the volatility of the market.
Gotcha.
And the way they were able to buy up so much Hawk so early before the price even stabilized, well, let's just say it raised some eyebrows.
So are you saying these snipers might have been working with Haley and her team?
It's possible.
That's a pretty serious accusation.
It is, and it's something that Coffeezilla hints at in his investigation. He found connections between some of these snipers and accounts linked to Haley's team suggesting possible insider trading.
Whoa, insider trading, like what we hear about on Wall Street.
Exactly. It's illegal in traditional markets, and many argue it should be in the crypto space as well.
Yeah.
If members of Haley's team were buying up HROC at a low price before the public launch, pumping up the price for everyone else to buy, and then dumping it when it was high, that would be a textbook case of insider trading.
So they'd be using information that the public didn't have access to profit at the expense of everyday investors.
Precisely.
Now, on top of all this, Coffeezilla pointed out that Haley and her team charged a 15% fee on every HIATRAKE transaction. That seems pretty high, especially for a meme coin.
It's definitely a point of contention, even as many investors were losing money. Haley and her team were still profiting from those fees.
Really?
Yeah. Coffeezilla argues that if a project is genuinely intended to benefit its community, the creators shouldn't be making such large profits, especially when the coin's value is plummeting.
Okay, so we've got suspicious sniper activity, potential insider trading, and a hefty 15% fee going to the creators, all while the crown tanks. That doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. However, it's important to note that Haley and her team have denied any wrongdoing their defense. Those snipers are entirely to blame for the price drop, not them.
So they're saying that the snipers have that much power to manipulate the market. It seems like a lot of responsibility to place on a few savvy traders.
That's the question, isn't it? It's certainly possible for snipers to have an impact, but to what extent could they really cause such a massive and rapid price drop on their own? That's where things get murky, and it's something for you to consider as you weigh the evidence.
This is getting really interesting. So where do things stand now? Is anyone taking action against Haley and her team?
Well, this is more than just an online squabble. People who invested in Hawk are understandably upset, and some have even filed complaints with the SEC accusing Haley and her team of market manipulation.
The SEC. That's the main regulatory body for financial markets in the United States, right?
Yeah.
If they get involved, this could get serious.
Absolutely. And that's where we'll pick up in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore the potential legal ramifications of this whole situation and delve deeper into Coffeezilla's evidence.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Let's get into some of that evidence that Coffeezilla presented, because this is where things get really interesting.
Okay, you mentioned on-chain data earlier. For someone who's not a blockchain whiz, can you explain what that is and how Coffeezilla used it to track what happened with the Hawk coin?
Okay, so think of it this way. Every single transaction made with a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, or in this case, Hawk, is recorded on a giant public spreadsheet.
Okay.
That spreadsheet is called the blockchain. It's
Yeah.
completely transparent and anyone can view it.
So Coffeezilla was able to go through this blockchain and see exactly who bought and sold Hawk and when.
Exactly, and that's how he was able to track the movements of those snipers we talked about.
Right.
He could see that they were able to acquire a huge number of Hawk tokens very early on, even before the price had a chance to stabilize.
But couldn't anyone have done that? I mean, if it's a public launch, wouldn't everyone have the same opportunity to buy the coin?
You'd think so, right? But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Coffeezilla noticed some unusual patterns in the trading activity. The snipers weren't just getting lucky, they were buying up Hawk Tuah with a speed and precision that suggested something more coordinated was going on.
Like they had inside information about the launch.
Exactly. Remember those connections Coffeezilla found between some of the snipers and accounts linked to Haley's team?
Yes.
That's what really points to the possibility of insider trading.
Okay, so walk me through this. How would insider trading even work with a cryptocurrency launch?
Well, imagine this. Members of Haley's team knew the exact moment the Hawk coin would go live.
Right.
They also knew that there would be a lot of hype and demand.
Right.
So they could have secretly bought up a ton of Hawk at a very low price before the public even had access.
And then when they opened it up to the public and everyone rushed to buy Hawk, the price would skyrocket.
Exactly. And at that point, those with inside knowledge could sell off their holdings at a huge profit, leaving everyone else holding the bag as the price crashed back down.
That's pretty sneaky. But wouldn't they have to be careful not to get caught? I mean, wouldn't these transactions be visible on the blockchain for everyone to see?
You'd think so, but there are ways to try to obscure your tracks.
Oh.
They might use multiple wallets, mix their coins, or try to route transactions through various exchanges to make them harder to trace.
So it's like a digital shell game, but making it difficult to see who's really behind the trades.
Exactly. It takes a skilled investigator like Coffeezilla, someone who understands the nuances of blockchain analysis, to really follow the money trail and connect the dots.
This is getting complex. So where does that 15% fee that Haley and her team charged come into play?
That's another piece of the puzzle. While some might argue that a 15% fee is just the cost of doing business in the crypto world, others, like Coffeezilla, see it as a red flag, especially when you consider the potential for manipulation we've been discussing.
So you're saying that even if Haley and her team weren't directly involved in the sniping, they still benefited from the price volatility through those fees?
That's the argument Coffeezilla is making. Think about it. They collected 15% on every single transaction, whether the price is going up or down.
Wow.
So even as investors were losing money, they were still raking in profits.
Okay, I see where he's coming from. So how does this all tie into the complaints filed with the SEC?
Well, the SEC is tasked with protecting investors and ensuring fair markets when investors lose money because of potential fraud or manipulation. The SEC has the power to investigate and take action.
So what happens now? Is the SEC going to launch a full-blown investigation into Haley and her team?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's what makes this whole situation so compelling. The SEC has the power to subpoena records, interview witnesses, and if they find evidence of wrongdoing, they can bring civil charges, issue fines, or even refer cases for criminal prosecution.
Wow, so the stakes are really high for Haley and her team.
They are, and for investors who lost money, the SEC's involvement could offer a glimmer of hope.
But wouldn't it be difficult to prove insider trading in a decentralized market like crypto? I mean, isn't anonymity one of the big selling points of cryptocurrency?
That's a common misconception. While cryptocurrency does offer a degree of anonymity, It's not foolproof, as we've discussed. Transactions are still recorded on the blockchain, and sophisticated analysis can reveal connections that might not be immediately obvious.
So it's like a digital fingerprint that can be traced back to the source.
Exactly. It's not impossible to hide, but it's not as simple as some people might think. And with experienced investigators like Coffeezilla and the resources of the SEC, well, let's just say it's not easy to get away with shady dealings in the crypto world.
This is a lot to take in.
hmm
I'm starting to understand why this story is making waves in the crypto community.
It's a microcosm of the larger challenges and opportunities facing the crypto space. On the one hand, you have the potential for innovation and financial freedom, but on the other hand, you have the risk of scams, manipulation, and a lack of regulation.
It seems like the Hey coin controversy is really shining a light on the need for greater transparency and accountability
Yeah.
in the world of meme coins.
It certainly is. And for anyone thinking about dipping their toes into the crypto waters, especially when it comes to meme coins, it's a cautionary tale worth paying attention to.
So what can our listeners do to protect themselves? What red flags should they watch out for when venturing into this exciting but potentially treacherous landscape?
That's a great question, and it's something we'll explore in more detail in the final part of our deep dive.
Stay with us, folks. You won't want to miss this. All right, welcome back. We've been talking about this Hawk Tuah coin controversy, and it's clear there's a lot to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. It really highlights both the good and the bad of meme coins.
So for those listening who might be thinking, hey, I want to get in on this whole crypto thing, what advice would you give them, especially when it comes to these meme coins?
Well, first off, don't let FOMO, fear of missing out, cloud your judgment. Just because you see a coin trending online or your favorite influencer is hyping up doesn't mean it's a good investment.
So do your research before jumping in.
Exactly. Knowledge is power, especially in the crypto world, so don't just buy into the hype, dig a little deeper.
Okay, so where do you even begin? What are some practical steps to research a meme coin?
Well, you can start by looking into the team behind the project. Are they experienced? Do they have a good track record?
Makes sense.
Check if they have a website, a white paper outlining their goals and technology, and look for red flags like anonymous developers or vague promises.
So it's kind of like checking someone's references before you hire them.
Exactly. You want to make sure these people are legit and have a clear vision, then take a look at the community surrounding the coin.
Okay.
Are people genuinely excited about the project, or is it all hype and speculation?
So check the vibe, see if there's real enthusiasm or just a pump and dump scheme in the works.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And don't be afraid to ask questions, join online forums, read reviews, see what other people are saying about the project.
Makes sense. More information equals better decisions.
Right, and speaking of informed decisions, let's talk about risk. Okay, meme coins by their very nature are highly speculative and volatile.
So kind of like playing the lottery. You might win big, but you're probably going to lose.
Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy.
Okay.
Remember, never invest more than you can afford to lose, especially with something as unpredictable as meme coins.
Solid advice. So do your research, check the team, gauge the community, and don't gamble your life savings. Got any other red flags?
Oh yeah, definitely be wary of projects that promise unrealistic returns or use high pressure tactics to get you to invest if something sounds too good to be true.
It probably is.
It probably is. And don't forget about diversification. Never put all your eggs in one basket, especially with crypto.
So spread the risk, just like with any other investment.
Exactly. Consider diversifying within crypto itself. Explore different types of coins, not just meme coins.
Good point. Don't put all your faith in one meme no matter how much you love it.
Right. Ultimately, approach meme coins and crypto in general with a healthy dose of skepticism. Do your research, be aware of the risks, and never let emotions drive your investment decisions.
Words to live by. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the Hawk coin controversy, what's the main message you want our listeners to take away?
I think this whole situation shows how important critical thinking and informed decision-making are in the crypto world.
Yeah.
It's exciting for sure, but it's not a game.
Well said. So to everyone listening, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe out there in the wild world of crypto.
And remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Hawk coin saga. And until next time, happy investing.